Hey everyone, and welcome back to Demol Walking. In today's video, we'll be checking out the Castlegate shopping centre in Stockton-on-Tees in some of its final hours. The mall has been demolished since this video's recording, and we'll see what that's looking like later on as well. Opened in 1972, the mall was designed by John Paulson, who was later arrested and served prison time for bribing public figures to win architecture contracts. Always a good sign. Before its closure, this was a classic example of a modernist structure. Adjoined to a brutalist hotel that I've seen called the ugliest building in Britain. Demolition on the Swallow Hotel had already begun by the time I visited, having been abandoned without warning in 2009. But I found some great pictures of its decrepit state several years later that made me wish I'd had the chance to get inside. Driving up this spiral to the rooftop car park felt like something out of Clockwork Orange. I've been in some creepy malls while filming for this channel, but this one might be a contender for the emptiest of all. There's a full 3-minute virtually uninterrupted stretch of this video later that doesn't have a single human being in it. Towards the end of its life, a Google reviewer called this place eerily deserted, as if it's in a film about zombies in a shopping mall. And I don't disagree with them. There was no music playing when I was walking around in here, and the only soundtrack I had was a regular beeping sound and the occasional clang of metal on metal. Stockton Council's website says that the town has seen vacancy rates rise to almost 3 times the national average, due to changing consumer habits and old, poorly laid out retail units with many that are too big for modern needs. Retail in the town is spread across a large area with 2 main shopping centres bookending the high street. End quote. Castlegate is, or was, one of these shopping centres. The other is the Wellington Square shopping precinct, an outdoor retail area that, with the exception of an abandoned Debenhams department store, seems to be doing pretty well. Solid footfall, not too many empty units. But let's get back to Castlegate. Another Google reviewer who gave this place 1 star said the following: "There were many small businesses and national chains located here, some of whom will probably never open again in Stockton. Successful ways have been shown how to regenerate city centres, and this would appear to not be one of them. Stockton was chosen as one of 10 towns in the country to receive additional funding to revive it. This action, i.e. the centre's closure, appears to demonstrate how well this extra funding has gone." End quote. So what exactly did go wrong here? The acquisition and subsequent demolition of Castlegate is actually part of an initiative to consolidate shopping in the town centre into a single area, Wellington Square, and to create a bold urban park and development site labelled as Stockton Waterfront. It's a move that hasn't exactly been welcomed unilaterally, with one Facebook commenter saying that it's a shame they're knocking down so many shops to make a park for the druggies to sit in. She's referencing the high rates of drug misuse in Stockton here. In 2020, deaths due to drug overdoses in Teesside were the highest they'd been since records began. And does a town with a population around 1% of London's really need an urban park development more than 3 times the size of the capital's Trafalgar Square? Probably not. I can't help but wonder if the funding referenced by the reviewer mentioned earlier has led the council to become overconfident. A classic case of money burning a hole in their pocket. But attempting to streamline retail into one area isn't a bad idea if Stockton hopes to compete with out-of-town developments like Teesside Retail Park, which was packed when I visited straight after my trip to Castlegate. Although you have to think that the extra competition might drive up rents and price out smaller local retailers. Banners in the mall call Stockton a true market town, and that remains the case. It still hosts the iconic Queen of the North Market multiple times a week, with more than 100 retailers attending. Widest high street in the UK feels like a weird flex, but let's roll with it. Retailers in Spencer Market, on the other hand, won't be so lucky. Walking around here with all of the shutters down, presumably never to reopen again, felt particularly dystopian and liminal. I did, however, like this colourful graffiti wall. The geometric pattern above the chalked goodbye messages references the centre's iconic pyramid ceiling, which you can see above those banners we took a look at in the previous shot. There's no denying that Stockton High Street is struggling. Most British high streets are. I'm just not sure that expansive and expensive waterfront urban parks are going to do anything to remedy that. Then again, I'm not sure that ageing and outdated shopping malls are either. This initiative is a big gamble, but it just might pay off. I couldn't help but read some symbolism into this pigeon that had somehow found its way into the mall. Completely unfazed by my presence, it didn't seem panicked at all, so much as it seemed confused as to how it got there and what it was going to do next. I know the feeling. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Likes and subscribes are always appreciated, and you'll find some ways to support the channel in the description. My Instagram is also linked below, where I'll be announcing an exciting new project in the next week or two, so I hope you'll come and join me there. Till next time, goodbye from the Castlegate Centre in Stockton-on-Tees. May it rest in peace.